Good evening. I am Coach Esplancer of the Dallas Staryu, and this is our Week 5 Teambuilder video as we face off against Advent and the New Orleans Feints in the final divisional match of the first half of the season. And I hope to complete the sweep of my divisional rivals and go 3-0 on my in-division matches to bring our record to 4-1, because as you know, last week we lost to the Gateway Gardevoirs. So the first thing you might notice is that my vocals sound a lot better. That's because I have this baby right here, Blue Yeti microphone that's designed to make my voiceover sound in a professional quality. And I really hope that this improves the overall quality of my videos. It's something that's been annoying me, and I'm sure it's annoyed you guys as well, all the background noise that I had when I was using my Logitech C920 microphone, the webcam one. So I think this is going to be a lot better. But let's get right into this. We are facing a Weavile, a Mega Altaria, a Tentacruel, a Rotom Heat, a Superior, a Dowblade, a Blissey, a Sableye, an Ambipom, a Ditto, a Magnezone, and a Gigalith. Now right off the bat here, there's a lot of Earth weaknesses, there's a lot of Fire weaknesses, and there's a lot of Fighting weaknesses. However, I can't just go all out fighting Fire Ground, because then I won't be prepared for certain things like Mega Altaria, which can switch into any of that stuff, especially since I don't have a ground stab. And there's two ghost types to soak up fighting type moves. Sableye could be a problem, so I still have to be careful. And he's got the Ditto too. Ditto is always a threat. If my opponent plays well with Ditto, and I don't know how he's going to play, he hasn't brought it at all this season yet, but Ditto can be a problem because there's a lot of Pokemon on my team that are beat 1v1 against itself, especially if itself is scarfed with the same exact stats that he has, which is what the Ditto does. But let's get into what I'm going to bring, and we are going to start with a new addition to the Dallas Staryu squad, recently acquired just this week for the first time in a Dallas Staryu jersey. We got them from the Brighton Bronze Wars for our Rotom Wash, so Maytag went bye-bye, and we have Fetal Power, the Mew. And this is a specially defensive Mew with 252 in HP, 228 in special defense, 20 in speed, and that's to outspeed a timid max speed Magnezone, naturally, and 4 in defense and 4 in special attack with Earth Power, Will-O-Wisp, Soft-Boiled, and Gastro Acid with a Colbur Berry. So here's what Gastro Acid does. Gastro Acid is a move that nullifies the ability of the opponent that I use it against. So, for example, if I'm in on Mega Altaria, I'm slower than the Mega Altaria with the spread, most likely, unless he's defensive, so I'll have to take a hit, but I can take any one hit, either physically or specially, and I can take away its Pixelate ability, which makes Hyper Voice and Return and Body Slam and things like that far less threatening. And more importantly, it allows me to switch into Druddigon, because not only does he not have the Pixelate, he doesn't have the Fairy Stab anymore either. So Druddigon can come back in and hit something very hard, or kill the Mega Altaria if it stays in. Other things I can hit with Gastro Acid include the Rotom Heat. I can take away the Levitate ability, which gives it a quad 4 ground weakness. Not exactly great. Granted, it would probably just Volt Switch out, but that's an option that I have. I can take away Contrary from Superior, so that every time it Leaf Storms, it will take a special attack down, times 2. Blissey can lose Natural Cure. That's probably not going to matter too much here, but that's there. And it even works on Steel type, so I can take Analytic or Magnet Pull away from Magnezone. So I think Gastro Acid's going to come through. I don't think he's going to see it coming. In fact, I actually didn't realize what this was until I was looking at Electros's moveset, and I noticed that Mew also had it. And I was considering bringing Electros this week, but now that I have Mew, I think Mew's going to be the better one. And we have the Colbur Berry, because if I kill something with Earth Power on this Mew, for example, the Rotom Wash, the Rotom Heat, excuse me, then I would expect him to come in with either Dowblade or Weavile, probably Weavile. And Colbur Berry will let me live a knockoff or a pursuit and burn it, which will cripple that Weavile. And he has things that can heal Bell. The Mega Altaria, the Blissey, and the Superior can all be clerics, but if he's not bringing them as clerics, then that will cripple that Weavile for the rest of the game. Makes it a lot more manageable. So getting into the next Pokemon, we have Illuminati the Zoroark coming back. We haven't brought him the last few weeks, and we're going to bring him again now. And we are running a Rash Zoroark with maximum special attack, speed at 212, and 44 in HP. 212 speed allows me to naturally outspeed Rotom Heat. And we are running this thing with an Expert Belt with Night Daze, Sludge Bomb, Low Sweep, and not Sucker Punch. I'm actually supposed to be running U-Turn, so I will have to fix that. But we're running U-Turn. So this thing right here with U-Turn, Night Daze, Sludge Bomb, Low Sweep, it gives me the coverage I need to hit everything on his team. Low Sweep I can use if I expect a switch out to bring things that could be scarfed, their speed down. Things like the Rotom Heat could be scarfed. I could also bring Superior speed down to the point where I can hit it with a U-Turn without having to take any damage. Unless of course it's scarfed and then I bring it down to its natural speed and I still get outsped. But I hope that's not the case. Could be, but I hope that's not the case. I have Sludge Bomb, obviously for the Mega Altaria. In fact, unless it's a defensive Mega Altaria, any combination of Night Daze and Sludge Bomb will kill it. Actually, if he's running a little bit of investment in HP, he could possibly live that. But Night Daze also lowers accuracy, so maybe he doesn't hit me back. And U-Turn, Superior, etc. It also gives me momentum, because momentum is important, especially if I'm in on Blissey and I need to get in on Calcifer, which is running a substitute leftover set this week. This thing is adamant with max HP, max attack, and I have 4 in speed in case he decides to speed creep my Emboar. I'm just going to put a little extra speed in there to make sure that doesn't happen. And we're running Flare Blitz, Head Smash, Poison Jab, and Substitute. I was considering running Iron Head, but Poison Jab hits more of his team, and he's not going to switch in Dowblade or Magnezone in on an Emboar, because that would be silly. I'm not running the Superpower or the Low Sweep or the Low Kick, because Flare Blitz and Head Smash do the work, especially with Reckless. They hit really hard. Not as hard as Superpower, but I don't really want to take the attack drop, especially if I'm behind a sub. So that's what we are running. I was considering running a Flame Charge set or even a Low Sweep set, but I think that this is going to pay dividends here. If I can get a kill on with Calcifer, that would be big. This thing absolutely hits like a truck, so I hope that Calcifer does good things for me. Next up, we're bringing Safety Scissor. Safety Scissor didn't do much for us last week. I'm hoping that my Choice Scarfed Safety Scissor is going to do well this week. And we are running Iron Head, U-Turn, Knockoff, and Superpower with max attack, 212 in speed, and 44 in HP. And by max attack, I mean max attack of Jolly, so no, I don't have the adamant nature. But we're running Swarm, not Technician, because I am not running any moves that require Technician. Iron Head does do more than Bullet Punch with Technician. So, because I'm Scarfed, I'm going to outspeed everything except for the Weavile if it is Jolly, almost max speed. So I will outspeed Ambipom, and I think that's going to be good enough. If he's running Adamant Weavile, I'll outspeed it too. So Ironhead, I have U-turn, momentum, knockoff, superpower. This is the set that's going to do the most for me. I do have to be careful though, because if I lock myself into an unfortunate move, I can get trapped by Magnezone, which will proceed to kill me with hidden power fire, and that's no good. So I need to be wary of using moves like Ironhead until that Magnezone is taken care of. But if I predict a Magnezone switch in, Superpower does a lot of work. Knockoff should be a 2-hit KO, unless he's got quite a bit of defense investment. I think this is going to do well. And I am Swarm, not Technician, because I'm not running anything that's above base 60 power. So I'm running Swarm because it could make U-turn do that much more after I take a little bit of damage once I get into Swarm range. So we'll see, and that could be useful because U-turn and Swarm will OHKO superior. Fun fact. So next we're going to get into Druddigon. And Druddigon here is running Adamant, not Sheer Force. I actually meant to make this Mold Breaker, and I'm going to have to fix that too. I want Mold Breaker to hit Earthquake, so I'm actually going to fix that before the match here. Just to show you, I make genning mistakes here too, but good thing is I gen my own mod, so I can just go and fix it. But we are running Adamant with maximum attack, 196 in HP and 60 in speed, and that's 60 in speed. Speed creeps Blissey, that's uninvested in speed, because why would you invest speed in Blissey? That's silly. I don't want Blissey to outspeed me, because I can outright kill it with Outrage. Gunk Shot damn near kills it. I have Earthquake for everything else. With Mold Breaker, Rotom Heat cannot take an Earthquake either. And I have Substitute because I'm hoping I can get a sub up on, say, Mega Altaria that's had its Pixelate taken away, or anything that I expect to switch out. Like Ambipomp could possibly switch out. Maybe not Tentacool. Tentacool might go for a Scald, although it's going to take a lot of damage from Earthquake doing that. Superior, depending on the set, you can run Dragon Pulse. Dowblade can't really do anything to me, so Dowblade probably switches out. I can set a sub on that. I can set a sub on Blissey, obviously. Yeah. And if I'm behind a sub Ditto, I don't have to worry about Ditto coming in, copying my move, and killing me. So there's that too. I do have to be careful with Outrage though until Mega Altaria is taken out, because I don't want Mega Altaria coming in when I'm locked into Outrage and setting up a free Dragon Dance or Cotton Guard or whatever it's running, because that would be tragic. That's not what I want. And we have Zoom Lens here so that we hit that Gunk Shot. It makes Gunk Shot 96% accurate, and I don't want to miss. And I was thinking of running Leftovers, I was thinking of running Life Orb, but I don't really want to reveal an item. And I think Zoom Lens is going to do good because Gunk Shot hits a lot. He's not going to switch in anything like Magnezone or Doublade because of Earthquake, obviously. So there's that. So I'm hoping that Druddigon Jigsaw here does work for me like he has done every time I brought him. And finally, we have Cheesecake the Miltank coming back. This is a physically defensive Cheesecake. It is impish with max HP, max defense, and forward attack, running Earthquake, Fire Punch, Milk Drink, and Heal Bell. With Sap Sipper, this thing can switch into Superior and beat it 1 versus 1 with Fire Punch. That's what I need it for. Fire Punch also stops Dowblade and Magnezone. Earthquake, Dowblade, Magnezone, a lot of things. Really, the only thing that's going to switch in on this is the Mega Altaria, and it's got to be wary because it probably doesn't want to take a paralysis from Body Slam or something like that. But I do have to be wary with Mega Altaria because it could set up on this. Other things that could possibly set up on this, actually there's not much I can set up. Dowblade can. Dowblade could probably set up on this. Although it'll take quite a bit of damage to Earthquake or Fire Punch before it successfully goes down. There's always a chance of burn on Fire Punch too, 10%, but yeah, I'll take it. And this thing can't do much to Rotom Heat either. But it does do what I need it to do to everything else. I just switch out. Rotom Heat, I can switch into Mew. Mew walls Rotom Heat all day. Unless it's a trick set. I don't want to take Choice Scarf, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So what I think he's going to bring, I think he's bringing Mega Altaria. I do think he's bringing Weavile. He has no reason really not to. I think Rotom Heat comes because Rotom does pretty good against my team, as we saw last week with the Rotom Mow that surprises all. I think Ditto comes, but little does he know, or he might know, that if Ditto tries to come in on Zoroark, it will not transform. So Zoroark can stop Ditto from scouting. In fact, if I see Ditto, I'm leading with Zoroark, so that Ditto does not scout my set. And that lets me get a free attack off, which is always nice. I think he brings Magnezone to try to trap Scizor. I really do. I think Magnezone's coming. I think Sableye is probably a good bring as well, but he might not bring it because Mega Gardevoir. Blissey probably comes. I think Blissey probably comes. But we'll see. I don't know when I'm having this match. Hopefully it's soon. But I am Coach Esplancer of the Dallas Staryu. Once again, check my opponent out down below. Leave any comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to see more. Let me know what you think of my mic, what you think of my new voice audio quality. And I am signing out.